Good morning, grade fives. It is me, Miss Kun. I hope that you're ready to learn some English today and to practice what we did in our previous lesson. Please remember to email any questions you have to grade5@worksheetcloud.com. So, grade fives, I've got one question to ask you. Where do sheep like to go on holiday? Where do sheep like to go on holiday? They like to go to the Bahamas. The Bahamas? You're not allowed to judge my sheep impression, but I'm sure you can do a much finer job than me. All right, so today, boys and girls, we are going to be doing a little quiz, an Apostrophes quiz based on our previous lesson together. Before we dive straight into the quiz, you're going to need paper and a pencil. There are 15 questions, and with every single question, you'll put your correct answer, and then I'll give you the correct answer straight away. So 15 questions. So on your paper, maybe number 1 to 15. And then at the end of the quiz, add up and see how many you got correct, how many you got incorrect. But I know all of you are very clever, so you're going to get all of these correct. So get your paper and your pencil ready. While you have done that and you are ready and you're good to go, I want to just quickly recap the apostrophes and what we learned in our previous lesson. So remember, an apostrophe is a form of punctuation, and we use apostrophes in two very particular instances. So we use it firstly either to show contractions. Remember, a contraction is when we have two words, we join them together. Remember, we saw the little glue. The apostrophe acts like the glue of joining these words together. And the apostrophe also shows where we've sort of removed some of those letters when we've joined the words together. Okay, so apostrophes are there to show contractions. We also use apostrophes to show possession, which is very, very important. And so we can either show possession of a singular person or a singular object or a singular thing or aspect, where we have, if I say Miss Kun's glasses, we would say Kun apostrophe S, right? And that shows that the glasses belong to me. Then when we talk about plural possession, if that plural, such as teachers, is the plural of teacher, if the word already ends in an S, where do we put that apostrophe? We put the apostrophe after the S. So teacher, S, apostrophe. Teachers, apostrophe. Right. If that plural does not end in an S, then we put a simple apostrophe S. So the children play outside. If we want to talk about the playground, for example, belonging to the children, the children's playground, we say children, comma, S. Right, children, apostrophe S. Okay, I hope that you remember, you're good to go, that you're focused, you warmed up, and you're ready for our quiz. Remember, 15 questions, number them 1 to 15 on your piece of paper, and we're going to do them question by question. Okay, have you got your English apostrophe thinking caps on? Let's do this. Right, question number 1. I think I better move myself somewhere where I'm not in the way. Right, the weather forecast said that it's going to rain tomorrow. Is it A or B or C? What is the correct it's? The weather forecast said that it's going to rain tomorrow. So on your next to number 1, all you need to write is A, B, or C. And the answer is the first one. Remember, the weather forecast said that it's going to rain tomorrow, and this is a contraction. If I open it up, and you always say to yourself, said that it is going to rain tomorrow. That is how language speaking it makes sense. And remember, with the contraction, we've just shortened the two words to make one. So the weather forecast said that it's going to rain tomorrow. Number 2, he always carries photos of his family. Which photos is correct? Is it A with apostrophe S? Is it B apostrophe photos with the apostrophe at the end? Or is it C photos? He always carries photos of his family. Right, it happens to be C, because this just talks about the plural, one photo, many photos. There's no possession or belonging. There's no contraction. So it is just the plural of the word photo, and we just simply write an S at the end. Okay, number 3. Simon, Johnny, Paul, and Peter were playing. Lisa came and kicked the boys' ball away. Which boys is correct? Is it apostrophe S, boys, apostrophe at the end, or boys with no apostrophe? A, B, or C? You guessed it, it is B, right? The ball belongs to the boys, and it's not just one boy, it is many boys. And we put the apostrophe at the end because boys ends in an S, and so the apostrophe will go at the end. Right, number 4. Where did you leave your bike? Where did you leave it? Now, technically speaking, I think I might have just given you the answer the way that I've said it. If we say the word A, it is your. If I say B, it is your. It is your. Right. So, where did you leave your bike? If I open up this, because this is a contraction, it would say you are. And if I put that in the sentence, where did you leave your bike? Doesn't make sense at all. But if I said B, where did you leave your bike? Makes a little bit more sense. Right. Number 5. I couldn't see anything from where I was sitting. Which couldn't is it? Where should the apostrophe be? Right. And remember, couldn't is there's my clue, contraction. So it is B. The apostrophe goes in between the N and the T to remember, show me that I've got some letters missing. Couldn't is in fact stems from the 2 words could not. And I've removed that O from the not, so couldn't, and I've removed the O. Number 6. We only sell Granny Smith apples in the shop. So which apples is it? Is it A, B, or C? A for apostrophe S, B, apples apostrophe at the end, or C with just no apostrophe at all? It is C. We just sell Granny Smith apples in the shop. There's no possession, there's no belonging, and there's no contraction. So they're not just selling one Granny Smith apple, they're selling many Granny Smith apples, and it is the plural form of apple. Right. Number 7. Children's toys lay scattered on the floor. Which children's is it? Is it apostrophe S for A? Is it children's apostrophe at the end for B? Or is it C, children's no apostrophe whatsoever? And you guessed it, it is A. Children's toys lay scattered on the floor. Right. Children is plural, so we know it's many children. The toys belong to the children. And remember, it does not end in an S, so we have to put apostrophe S to show possession and belonging to the plural of children. Right. Number 8. A snake uses its tongue to sense what is happening around it. So an interesting fact for those of you that maybe don't know this, but snakes actually smell with their tongue. That's why you see snakes with their tongue slithering out of their mouth quite often, because that is how they actually smell the world around them. So they've got an incredible sense of smell, and that is actually what they use, and it's amazing how they can use their tongue to just sense what is around them and to smell what is around them. Right. And so what is it? A snake uses its tongue. Is it A, it apostrophe S? Is it B, it's with a comma or apostrophe after S? or C, no apostrophe whatsoever, right? And it is C. A snake uses its tongue to sense what is happening around it. So the word it is quite an important one, because if we said apostrophe S in this situation, because it's is a very common contraction, right? And if I used A, then, and I would unpack it's into it is, and I said a snake uses it is tongue to sense what is happening around it. It doesn't necessarily make sense. Okay, so this is a little bit of an exception to the rule. If we say the word it's, and then we unpack it and we put it in the sentence and we see, does it make sense if it is an apostrophe S? Because it's is quite a very popular contraction. And so we say it is C, it's with just the S after the T. Right, number 9. We're leaving in 5 minutes. So I think I, again, have probably given you the answer, because with certain contractions, the way that you pronounce the words actually help you with what the word actually is or where it stems from. So if I say the word A, we actually say it as we're, we're, and if I say B, it is were. So if I said A in the sentence, we're leaving in 5 minutes, or if I say B in the sentence and I say we're leaving in 5 minutes, which one makes the most common sense? It would be A. We're leaving in 5 minutes. We are leaving in 5 minutes. So the answer is A. Okay, number 10. Your name is Sam, isn't it? And interestingly enough, we have a little contraction over there in the little sentence. So which is it? Is it A or B? And again, say the words. Do we say your name is Sam, isn't it? Or do we say your name is Sam, isn't it? And so the correct answer is B. We wouldn't say your name is Sam, because this is a contraction. We would say your name is Sam, isn't it? Right. Number 11. Have you seen something new car? Now, the reason why I said that is because I'm going to plug in the different possible answers. So if I put in A, have you seen their new car? B, have you seen their new car? Or C, have you seen their new car? Okay, interestingly enough, there are some homophones happening here. Remember, a homophone are the words that sound the same, but they have different meanings and they are spelt differently as well. So, have you seen their new car? B is the correct there to show possession. It belongs to them. Right, we wouldn't say A. We wouldn't say, have you seen their new car? Doesn't make sense. And C as well, it is the wrong there. That's there is I'm showing a position. I'm pointing over there. Right. Number 12. The weather's supposed to be really good today. The weather's supposed to be really good today. Are we talking about possession? Are we talking about plural? Are we looking at a contraction? What is the correct weather? And it is A, the weather, comma, S. This is a contraction because I want to say the weather is supposed to be really good today. And so I will say weather, apostrophe S. The weather's supposed to be really good today. And it is today. Today is beautiful and sunny and warm. Right, number 13. This is our third and final, our third question for today. So again, we've got our homophones. Which correct there is it? So there or there, hoping to raise 5,000 Rand for charity. Is it A, B, or C? And you guessed it, it is A. If I open up the contraction and I plug it into the sentence, I would say they are hoping to raise 5,000 Rand for charity. If I put in B and C that are homophones, they sound very similar, or they sound the same. There, and not there. They're hoping to raise more money. Doesn't make sense. So it is A, there, which in turn, remember, means they are. Right. Number 14, our second last question for today. This letter's for you. Which letters is it? Are we talking about plural? Are we talking about possession? Are we talking about a contraction? Which letter is yours? And it is A. It is a contraction. This letter is for you. So we've taken the word letter, we've taken the word is, we've combined them, we've put the apostrophe in place of the I for is, and we formulated letters. This letter's for you. And boys and girls, the very last question of our quiz today is number 15. Sale now on. Hundreds of prices slashed. So which hundreds is it? Is it A, 100 apostrophe S? Is it B, hundreds apostrophe at the end? Or is it C, plural, many hundreds, hundreds of prices slashed? Is it A, B, or C? You guessed it, it is C, because we're talking about the plural. There's many hundreds. It's not showing any possession or belonging. It's just saying that there are many hundreds that are slashed. And so the sale looks like a very worthwhile sale to go to. So, boys and girls, how did you do? What mark did you get out of 15? I hope that you did well. And if you didn't, that's okay. You can just practice. Do the attached worksheets for continued practice. Watch the video again. Do the quiz again and see how much you remember and how much you understand. But remember, English is just practice. But the most important thing is that I just hope that you had fun today. I know I certainly did. I love quizzes. So from me, Miss Kun, I hope that you have an awesome day further. Hakuna Matata. And remember, be kind to one another. Bye.